Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jason with JWClassicVW, and welcome back to the garage, welcome back to the vlog, and the 300 horsepower build! Yeah guys, if you haven't been on my channel yet, and you're the first time here, let me show you the monster turbo engine. So let's walk to the back of Goose and show you guys the 2287 Monster. Yeah, there you go guys. A lot of custom work going on here, and I got a bunch of different videos that cover the install of this beast of an engine. Turbo EFI. That's right, guys. Those are injectors, 1000cc injectors. So yeah, so what's going on today? What are we working on? Well, if you guys saw the intro, which I'm sure you did, the back seat's in. Yes, that was a sweaty adventure. I got this little cable on here to keep the back seat back because when I start cruising down the freeway, it wants to go forward. So all kinds of things going on today. I've got a fueling issue, I think, with the turbo. I kind of is cutting out at higher RPMs. And for those guys that don't know, if you use a cutoff wheel or like an angle grinder to cut your fuel lines, you better make sure you clean those suckers out real good because all that shiznit will get up inside your filters. So we're going to pull the pump. We're going to pull the 40 micron filter at the front. Take a look and see if we got anything in there. And then we also have something else we're doing today. Yeah, man, this stuff's fantastic for putting interior stuff in. Oh, baby. It's my little setup. I use this little extra pump I have to siphon out the tank whenever I got to do work. That's, you know, fuel system related. But, okay, so let's get set up to pull some fuel out of this tank. And, you guys, my little setup here is pretty straightforward. And just to keep things in, you know, so I don't get stuff mixed up. The rubber hose here, the rubber side is the one that goes into the tank, and then I always use the cloth side to go into my jerry can. And I just use a one of my batteries from my DeWalt to power it up. You can put a little switch on here, I guess, if you wanted to, but I don't really see a point to that. I'm gonna just drop this down in here, and I'm gonna stick something on here to keep it from going way too far down in. But we want to be able to get all the fuel out, right? So yeah, there's that. Maybe a zip tie right here. It should be good. Yeah, only thing that I wouldn't like is if this came out, which it's long enough, I think, to where that's not going to be a problem. So let's hook it up and see what happens. So I'm sure you guys have seen this before or looked at your batteries, maybe not, but there's a positive and a negative on here. And I'm just going to, I clipped the one end off of here, off of these spades, so I can get them in there okay. There you go, and then I can just touch this side. Hear it? Hear it going? It stays right on there. Well, it's supposed to stay on there. There we go. Sweet. And I can hear the pump working. Let me go over here and see if I can see how much gas is going in there. Looks like we're sucking air. Not getting a lot of fuel out of there unless it's already got it. Nope. It's like getting nothing. Pull the off here and take a look inside, see what the tank looks like. Okay, well I had to play with it a little bit to get the line in the bottom of the tank. You know, there's got a little valley, it's in there, and that's, had to get the line right there to be able to suck it all out. But we got it taken care of. Stick this in there, and we're all set. Move you out of the way, buddy. See if I can show you guys down inside the tank. You can see the welding job on the bung that's underneath it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it down in there or not, but take a look and see. Oh, you can see. There you go. You can see the ring too on the other one, the O-ring. And there's the welding of the other bung. And there you go, tank is pretty empty. Now to get her eject up in the air so we can pull the stuff off and take a look. Guys, that time during the video again to remind you to like, share, and subscribe to this content. Guys, if you're enjoying it, which I know you are, share it with your friends. Share your VW partners in crime. Now, back to the video. Ooh, hot. Okay, so there's the Bosch 044. You kind of see the way I have it set up off to the side here. This is to make it easier for kind of like, you know, draining it this way. One of those things when I had to re-engineer it or find a new place for it. This was where my 40 micron fuel filter was, the big one that I had, and it just happened to be the perfect spot for this fuel pump. So what I have left to do is I have to go ahead and disconnect the battery, because this power source here, well, power doesn't come unless the Haltech's on. So what I'll end up doing is just popping the breaker on the Haltech, and then we should be good to go with no power. I'll go ahead and check it real quick with a voltmeter. No power to the fuel pump, and then we're gonna have to pull off the power and the ground. But that's after I pull the bracket off, because then I should be able to turn this enough to be able to get to those two little bolts or two little nuts on there pretty easy. And pull off this fuel line first and see how much fuel we can get out of there. And then this whole assembly should come out as one once I pull this line off right there, because the fuel filter is connected right to the pump. And so that should all come out as one unit. Cool. Get you guys set up in the tripod and let's get to work. There's going to be, I don't know, this is the feed side. Ooh, I can see fuel coming up out of there. Let's just see if we can get it over to the jerry can without making too much of a mess. How about that? Sometimes you just gotta spring some leaks. Not very much, just a little bit. It would have been a lot more if we hadn't drained the tank, for sure. Alright guys, I'm gonna meet you up at the bench after I get the pump out of here. Yeah, so I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, well, I'm not sure what exactly happened here, but I got the fuel pump assembly back at the bench, and I went ahead and started disassembling it, pulling off the 40 micron fuel filter first, and it just has a little seal here as you remove the outer cylinder. And I was checking it out to see what kind of stuff I had inside the filter, and the filter element was full jam pack of some jazz. And see if we can get you guys zoomed in so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you see it all inside of there? All that crap inside of there? Yeah, it's got bunches of it in there. So I had to pull that out and clean it. Look at, you can see it right there too. That's all debris from the fuel lines. Yay, fuel lines. Look at it caked up on there. Tons of crap, man, and I'm sure that I'm gonna have to cycle through my fuel system for probably quite a bit before I eventually get all this out of here. All right, bring you guys back in a second. I'll show you the rest of that stuff as I take it off. All right, guys. So at this point in the the disassembly of the pump, I get to the screen. There's an internal screen that, from what I understand, some folks recommend that you remove that screen. This 044 Bosch pump is a newer model. It's not the same as the older model, which was a larger assembly. And the way that that screen is internal, it's really hard to get it out of there. And you actually have to pull the whole pump apart. Now, the other side of the pump we're looking at now is the filter side, but the other side of the pump where the power is located, there's some tabs that are kind of bent down in that hold it all in place. Well, you have to take that all apart and pull the internals of the pump out to get to that screen. So I wouldn't recommend that to most people. It was a pain in the butt to do and took some finesse getting it all back together again, but I did get it back together again. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the testing of the pump after it's been reassembled. And that filter element internally, that one inside there, has been removed. Okay guys, we are back, and I kind of like went off camera when I took the 044 fuel pump apart to remove this screen. Yes, removed it, and now we're at the point where I'm going to go ahead and just bench test it before we toss it back in the car. I still have to clean out this filter, of course. You know, this one that was jam-packed full of goodness. You guys see all that goodness inside of there? Yeah, I had to clear all that crap out of there still. But let's go ahead and test the pump, make sure we don't have anything crazy going on before we move forward. Just want to hear it spin up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's going. Let me see if I can feel the any suction. Oh yeah. Lots of suction. Pump's working. Let's go ahead and clean up the bench a little bit and then get to cleaning out that other filter. Okay, guys, so first things first, I would not recommend taking apart the 044 fuel pump. Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be taken apart. Let's go ahead and get this crap out of here. You can already see it's quite a bit of debris. Oh my gosh, that got trapped up inside there. And this might be from the tank too, you know what I mean? And I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to go through this process of cleaning out these filters, but that's what it's there for. And hopefully not that much of this got into the injectors, but let's say we start having issues down the road, there's a good chance that the injectors might be full of some crap too. That's a lot of debris. Wow. A lot of stuff to get cleaned out of the tank. I'm gonna go spray this off to the side over here. Yeah, like look at all that crap that got out of there. Woo, baby. That's crazy. Some of this brake clean. I can see way better through this thing now. Can't believe all the crap that got in there. It's just nuts. But that's what the filters do. Yep. Let's go ahead and put back together the Edelbrock 40 micron fuel filter. And yeah, we should be good to go. All this crap. Man. Yeah, buddy. Get it all out of there. Stick the filter back down in here. Let's see. I don't really think it has a direction. There you go. Probably not, because you can install this either way when you're putting it in your car. That's it. Job done. Sweet little unit, guys. Check out the description below if you're interested in picking up one of these things for your build. It's 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. and it does the job. Let's tighten this back up nice and tight. Alright guys, I'm bringing it over to the car in a second once I got this all back together again. And we'll get it installed. Yeah. I'm going to replace this O-ring here too. Remember I told you about this one? Yeah, we're going to replace this one too. Well guys, that's right. Not only did I do the filter and the pump at the front, but I went ahead and pulled the injectors to go ahead and clean those up. Turn around, click, and show you what I'm doing with the injector cleaner. I'm doing a reverse flushing right now. Yeah, this tool is pretty great, man. I'm glad I picked it up, the Auto Tool. This is the CT150, and it does 4 cylinders. Right now, the reverse flushing is a little messy because the adapter just doesn't fit perfect, but I went ahead and ran it already. It's set to number 11, and that is reverse flushing. It makes some noise, so guys, I need to bear with me with the noise, the racket this thing makes. But I'll go ahead and run it real quick again. Empty out the tubes, and all I'm running is some mineral spirits in here to act as like fuel to help clean this bad boy. Good, it is emptied out. And we're going to go ahead, you'll see the pressure come up when I go ahead and press the start. Pressure's coming up. You're probably hearing some pretty crazy feedback right now, but I'm running it through twice. You see it's kind of leaking through a little bit, but it's not that bad enough to where I can't run the reverse flush test. Yep, I'm going to keep running this until these all equal out about the same. But with the leaking, I don't know if that'll happen. But we'll go ahead and check it when I turn these around and run through some of the standard tests. Bring you guys back here in a second and show you what I got going on. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and run an acceleration test. Kind of runs through different RPM ranges. It's test number, that's 2. We need to go to 5. Alright, let's go ahead and run it up. We're looking to make sure that our vials are around the same, filled whenever we finish up. Almost done. All of our patterns look pretty good. This is the one that was a little bit different pattern, but when it comes to like where we're looking at on volume in each container, they're all roughly the same. They're pretty darn close to the same. So I went ahead and ran the reverse flush. I went and cleaned up the injectors, so I'm going to go ahead and install them back in. I think that we're good to go. I didn't see a lot of debris come out of them, so that might mean we have some other issue somewhere else. Well, there's some debris that is inside there, but not a bunch. Who knows? We might have cleaned something up. Put everything back together again, and I'll talk to you guys in 1 second. Whew. It is hot. It is a hot weekend. It has been super hot down here in Texas. Guys, just finished putting everything back together again. Injectors, manifolds, those custom race manifolds. Did the cleaner with my injector cleaner tool. There's a little bit of debris in the injectors, but the most of the debris was in that 40 micron filter that I have before the pump. All that's back together again. Seems to be running pretty good. Still have some hesitation here and there. I just don't know if it's still a fuel issue. Gonna have to get it to the tuners, and I know I'm being a little bit stubborn, but I'm trying to make sure that none of the issues that I can fix are on my end, because the last thing I want to do is get it to the tuner and he's being like, oh, your fuel system needs some work, or your ignition system has some problems. But maybe getting to the tuner is when I'm going to find that stuff out. I'm not sure. Don't forget, guys, to check out the website over here. You know, great way to support the channel. Just scroll down through there, get down to the area where the channel stickers are and the jet tags. Really cheap, guys. I cover most of the shipping on that stuff, so hit that up. Great way to support the channel, and I will appreciate you. Appreciate all my new subscribers. Ooh, the intercooler fan just kicked in. Weird. All my new subscribers are almost at 7K. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining in. If you haven't checked it out already, check out the Instagram and or the Facebook group. It's going to be over here somewhere because there's great support there for the community. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Hope you got out in the garage and did some work. And until next time, guys, it's Jason with JWClassicVW. And get out there, do some wrenching, get some work done. See you soon. Bye-bye.